What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuning in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go! Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Let's get straight to it. I mean, we got a bunch of NFL news. Your boy Alex Smith retired. He's they said he's one of the few quarterbacks that have over 40 wins in both divisions. One of those quarterbacks that had a lot of character. Did the game right, despite, the different times where they thought he wasn't good enough to, win a Super Bowl or get him to the Super Bowl, when he was with the 49ers and then when he went over to the Chiefs. But, I mean, he had a great career, man.
Yeah, I mean, 16 seasons. He was a number one overall pick. I'll never forget the playoff game against the Saints when he was with the 49ers. I think it was probably his last year in San Francisco. The game was probably one of the best games I've ever seen. Him and Drew Brees just going back and forth. It was wild. And then, he went to Kansas City and I think the knock on him was that, he was in a tough spot because to beat the Patriots, he needed to kind of throw the ball downfield a little bit, and that wasn't his strong suit. And I think that's ultimately what held him back. I mean, I think they lost the Patriots 2 or 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was, I think that was it for him, really. And then he was a good mentor, I think, for Mahomes. And obviously, what Kansas City's done since then. But, 16 years, the horrific leg injury he had to come back and play was kind of a feat in its own. So, great player. 16 seasons though for a guy like that is good. That's a good career.
Oh yeah, I thought he had another year or two left. I thought he was going to go up to Jacksonville with Urban Meyer and then possibly help out Trevor Lawrence, but I guess he decided it wasn't for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of that comes down to as well, like, what's it going to take if he gets injured, right? Like, what's that comeback look like? I think these guys now at that age kind of look at that, and especially someone who's been through a knee injury like he went through, it's like, I don't want to get beat up every weekend, and I have enough money. I've had a good career. What's the upside for me here?
Oh, yeah. Do you think he gets into coaching, or do you think he sits out for a little?
I don't know, but I did see that Andy Reid said he's got first dibs on him as a QB coach. So, Andy obviously knows him really well, so maybe he's got a little insight there.
Oh yeah, I mean he's played with some great head coaches, so I'm sure he's got a lot to dish out as far as helping the young quarterback get along, or even working on the offense.
Yeah, for sure. He's been in that spot where he's had high a lot of pressure, right, from being the number one pick, being on a Super Bowl contending team. He knows what that's like. So as well as like you said, the coaches that he's played for.
Oh yeah. Another NFL news. I mean, we got the Deshaun Watson case. I mean, it looks like it's dying down a little bit. I'm not sure if they're going to really go to trial. Seems like a lot of the cases are dropping because there's been a bunch of wrong information as far as some of the women claiming that they met multiple times. So it seems like some of the stories are a little flimsy. It's going to be interesting to see what how it turns out, or even if teams look to still trade for him.
Yeah, I think we were kind of waiting for this, right? Like waiting for the response, and we got it from him the other day. Denied everything, went to trial by jury. Kind of said a lot, right? Kind of explained the situation, and and I think one of the interesting parts too is that. What did they say? Oh, I know. What interesting part was I was looking at the win totals for, Vegas and Houston is, I think plus or over under is 4.5.
They said the wins are over 4.5?
Well, the line is set at over 4.5.
Oh.
They don't think he's coming back. I think they think he's either going to be out or traded.
But that's the thing. I mean, we're a week away from the draft. I don't know if teams are willing to give up the same haul for him, and I don't know if Houston's gonna be willing to part, from him for anything less than those 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I think they got to kind of have resolution to this ASAP, or it's going to go into the season.
And then on the NFL news, I mean, we had your boy Aaron Donald say it wasn't me, man. Say he did not. He said the glove did not fit. It was not me, man.
I think it was more than that too. The accuser coming out and saying, well, maybe it wasn't Aaron Donald and he was there. That situation sounded fishy from the beginning. Like, why is Aaron Donald? I'm sure he has a large posse around him. Why is Aaron Donald knocking this guy's face off? He's a smarter guy than that.
Yeah, but I wonder if let's say somebody in his posse did hit the guy. I wonder how much of at fault Aaron Donald could be as far as the guy coming after him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's not without fault, but it's always like when situations like this, especially like a guy like that. He's obviously a really strong dude, big dude, like, and I totally get like guys like jumping on the, hey, let's try to pick on Aaron Donald, right? He's a big target, makes a ton of money. He just seems like a much smarter guy than to get involved in that nonsense. I'm not saying that someone from his posse didn't do something, but himself, I found that hard to believe when it came out.
Oh yeah, I mean, then from the video, they put out a little video. It didn't seem like he really was hitting the guy. It seemed like other people were. It looked like
he
looked tried to break it up.
He was trying to break it up.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that, whether it be a fine or guy tries to go after him.
Yeah, I think the guy's pulling the charges on him. But yeah, let's see what kind of comes of this, especially from the NFL.
Yeah, and then your boy Alden Smith is out here choking people, man.
I didn't see this one. What did he do now?
Said he choked somebody out, man.
Jesus.
So I mean, I think
this guy can't get out of his own way.
I think they arrested him just when he thought he was coming back, man. But I mean, I don't know if this will result. And he just signed with the Seahawks too, so I don't know if this is going to result in him get suspended a few games, or or he might just miss out on the playing football at all, because I know this is not his first offense.
No, it is not. I mean, just come on, dude. Like, you've already been in trouble for stuff like this. Just stop doing this stuff. These guys get paid a lot of money. Like, keep it together.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard, man, because fans can be kind of cruel sometimes.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Especially you're playing a violent sport such as football.
They kind of run hot.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got to have people around him not to tell him not to do that.
Yeah, no, he's got to have the right people around him.
And then outside of that, I mean, we got the NFL draft a little over a week away. You guys excited to get Wilson? What's going on? How you feeling?
I always have a little apprehension with drafting quarterbacks. The Jets haven't done a good job at that in the past. I think, at least in my lifetime, Chad Pennington's probably the best that they had drafted. I think he was good. So every time it comes to this, it's just a little nerve-wracking. I just feel like you never know what you're going to get. I mean, everything looks good from the tape, pro days, saying all the right things, but I feel like the longer you have to sit around and think about it, the more you're like, is this the right move?
So let's say, being that you guys have 2 first-round picks, who would you like to see them pick on that second-round pick to ease your pain? If they go Wilson or another quarterback with that second pick.
If they go quarterback, I think they have 3 spots they need to fill. They need a lineman, a cornerback, and a running back. So in those 3, I think they need to pick one with that second first-round pick, and then if a guy like Travis Etienne is there in the second round and the second pick in the second round, I think you go for a guy like that.
Would you take Travis, or would you take the running back from Alabama?
I prefer Travis, because I think that having a dynamic, one of those dynamic running backs that can catch the ball out of the back is really good for a young quarterback. And I think the Jets have, they have a few of the ground and pound guys already there, on the roster. So I think having a guy like that, it's a little more flexible in where you could put him in the field, give that bailout option is more of an Etienne, where Najee's more of like a downhill type guy.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good, man.
So what do you think your boys are going to do? The second team in New York.
I mean, I feel like we're probably going to go receiver, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if one of those offensive linemen slips. I don't think they will, but I'm not too fond on Slater though. He's like 6'3". To me, that's a little bit undersized, but I mean, he's good. But I know there's another offensive lineman I would like us to try to get with that second pick. But I feel like depending on who falls, we're probably going to get a receiver. If not, then we'll probably get a corner or maybe a pass rusher. So it depends. I wouldn't mind seeing Micah Parsons fall, to us, or just get one of those top corners if all the receivers are gone. But the way these mock drafts are looking, And from the news that all these teams are looking to pick, we're probably looking at Waddle or Smith falling to us at 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see Waddle's name pop up there a lot.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind if they went a quarterback if one of the quarterbacks slipped, because this is like the prove a year for Daniel Jones. I mean, if he comes out turning over the ball again, I mean, that's a great opportunity for one of those quarterbacks to fill a spot. But I think where we're at 11, I don't think the quarterbacks they get all swiped off the board, and then we're probably stuck with one of those receivers left based off these mock drafts.
Yeah, but receivers in need, right? I mean, it'd be nice to get another. I know you got Galladay, but it'd be nice to get another guy in there, younger guy.
Yeah, because I'm not too fond on Shepard or the verdict's still out on Ross. I mean, he's like a speedster, but I mean, I think we're gonna need another receiver in our division. Somebody get open, kind of like how we use Odell with those in the quick slot. Just get him the ball quick and let him run. But
yeah.
I really don't understand why we traded him, but that's another story. But other than that, I mean, I wouldn't mind him seeing go defense as well. Getting a corner, but I think the defensive end I think they can get him in the second round too. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Okay. Big draft next week.
And then on to the NBA. Your boy Steph Curry is cooking. Again, I mean, these past 8 games, he's been out of control. I don't think it puts him in the MVP talk, but I mean, it gives us that reminder of who he was. I mean, it sucks that Clay's not there and Wiseman is out. It would have been interesting to see if they had the full deck. How they would have been doing this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I was watching a little bit of the game last night, and obviously watched him against the Celtics on Saturday. And man, he is something to watch. But yeah, they're really. I mean, they need help in the center spot. I mean, obviously having no Clay hurts them. Just look at their line. I mean, outside of Andrew Wiggins, it's a little bit of a crap show. And he's basically last 10 games or so has just really put that team on his back. I mean, talked about this morning, but hitting 55 threes in the last 6 games, averaging close to 40 points a game over the last I think 10 or 11 games, shooting at a high ridiculous percentage, just super effective. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the shots, you're just like, how the hell is he making this?
I know. When the end of the Celtics game, I think they were up 5 towards the end, and he pulled up from basically 2 steps inside of half court, and I was like, that's probably going in too, because he just was. I mean, he hit one down the stretch there where he was fading away in the corner, and it just never left the rim. Swish. It was just I can't believe this.
It's just crazy how effective he is. It's kind of like I mean, he's shooting. They were saying his worst, at first before these 8 games, he was on pace for his worst shooting season ever, and that's still 40% from 3. That's a high number to be making threes. His low is somebody else's high.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, he'll definitely go down, as one of the best shooters of all time. And then outside of that, I mean, speaking of MVPs, who you think is getting this MVP this year? Who you liking? Who you like for your MVP candidate for this year?
I mean, I think you gotta start with Jokic. Especially if Denver can keep winning without Jamal Murray there. Again, he had another big game the other night. So I think it starts there, and then probably Steph and Giannis following that up. But I think Steph's making a hard run at it right now. Has to be in the conversation, especially if they can somehow pull them into higher than a 10 seed. If they can get into that 8 seed or something like that, and win the one playing game and make it into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I think he's getting up there. I'm gonna definitely have to go with the Joker or Embiid. I know Embiid.
Oh, Embiid. Oh, I forgot about Embiid. Yeah. No,
yeah.
Sorry,
he missed some games.
Probably Joker, Embiid, and then Steph. But Embiid and Steph are neck and neck.
Yeah, I know Embiid missed some games, so he might not be the favorite. But I think it kind of all depends on how the Nuggets finish up. But I mean, I'm not surprised. The crazy thing is, they're not really even talking about Donovan Mitchell or some of these other players, but that have a better record than the Nuggets or Kawhi or stuff like that. But it seems like those 2 guys are doing the most on their teams. It's gonna be interesting to see, like you said, where the Nuggets finish. I think if they finish top 3 in the West, then he definitely should win it. But I don't know, man. It's going to be a last interesting stretch of last few games. I think we're at like 20 games left or something like that.
How many is that?
I think it's like 20 games left in the
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah. I think there's less than that. I think what is it? 72 this
Hmm.
year. I think the Warriors are 29. So you're looking at like 14 games. I think playoffs start middle of May.
Oh, it's coming up,
It's gonna come quick.
coming quick on us. Yeah, I mean, right now they're like 3 games back from the third spot. So,
Hmm.
and they pretty much they're 2 games. Like if you compared Embiid, the Sixers and the Nuggets. I mean the Sixers got 2 games on the Nuggets. So
Yeah. Oh, for the best record in the NBA. Wait, Sixers got two. Oh, that just records.
yeah, just record. Best record
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah. The
Utah.
Jazz. Yeah.
And then Suns are 2 games back. Clippers are 3 games back.
Hmm.
But I don't feel like the stars on their team really are putting up MVP type numbers.
No, they're spreading it around both those teams. With the Suns and both the Jazz, they kind of play similar in spread. With good guard play with Booker and Mitchell, and just keeping it spread a bit.
Yeah, I mean you could make a case for Chris Paul, but I
Yeah.
mean the positive impact he had on our team, but his numbers aren't wowing you
No.
like some of these other players. And then let's get to him, man. Zion said he's coming to New York in 3 years, man.
I went back and read that. He did not say that. They wanted him to say it so bad.
He basically just said he loves New York.
Who
He loves
doesn't?
playing there, even though it's first time playing there as an NBA player.
It's the Mecca.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if the Knicks can lure him away in 3 years from away from New Orleans. Him and RJ Barrett, getting back together. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting duo. Back to the college days. So what do you think of his game lately?
I mean, obviously he's just unstoppable as long as he stays healthy. I mean, I don't see him going anywhere. He's doing great. Obviously, he needs to develop more of an outside game, but I mean, he doesn't. I mean, he's pretty much unstoppable inside, kind of like Shaq. But I mean, if he adds another 1 or 2 things to his game, I mean, he's going to be putting up over 30 a game, and there's going to be nothing you can do about it. And he's going to be doing it on like 11 for 12 shooting.
Yeah, it's kind of wild how crazy efficient he is.
Yeah, he's only 20, which is the crazy thing. So I mean, he's still learning the game. I mean, even though he's putting up points, they are been struggling a little bit. But it's gonna be great to see, once he figures out how to translate, these stats into, more wins.
Yeah, that's the tough part now. Is he can put up his numbers, but how do you get the wins?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to start doing it on the defensive end. Once he gets that side down, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, they've been running him at the point guard too, which is pretty crazy at that size.
Yeah, I mean, he's so smooth with the ball. I mean, he handles the ball no problem. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then you always know he's left-handed, so he's gonna he wants to go towards the dominant hand, but he gets there and there's like nothing you can do about it.
No, I mean that's the thing about him, right? Is like where he's going and it don't matter.
That's the crazy thing. And then that's pretty much it for the NBA. I don't know if you want to talk about Boston. The Knicks are a game behind you guys, so you guys better not sleep on us.
Ain't no one sleeping on the Knicks, Rich. Don't worry. No, Celtics are playing better. They're getting to the hoop. They're not settling for threes all game. Tatum's getting to the hoop. He's been really good the past 10, 12 games. Jalen, as long as he stays healthy, will be good. And they're gonna get Fournier back here, so that'll add the scoring aspect back.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are getting together at the right time. You guys are putting a stretch of games together. Right now you guys are at the 5th spot. I don't know if you can get to 3, but I mean, even if you finish 4, I mean, you get the home court advantage.
Yeah,
I
think that's that's where you want to be, is kind of in that 4th spot. But then you got if you can get by the 5 seed, Philly's looming there, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are right there. So I mean, you guys got to finish strong on this last stretch of games. I mean, you could get to 3. You can even get to 3. The Bucks are in 3rd place. You guys are 4 games back. So.
Yeah, no, it could happen. I mean, it's tougher in the NBA to make up ground like that than it is in other sports. But yeah, they can get there.
So as long as Knicks don't have to play that playing game, so as long as we stay at 6 or better. I don't know if you want to get into MLB. Yankees are
oh man,
sucker right now.
Jesus. So I mean, yeah, real quick on the Yankees. They basically their starting pitching has been suspect at best.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Cole's been good, but he can't do it alone. Everything behind them has kind of been hot garbage. They can't hit the ball. You go into the season touted as like this team that's going to score all these runs, and they can't. They haven't done crap hitting the ball. Even when they hit home runs, it's like no one's on base, so they're solo home runs. But no panic yet. I mean, Cashman came out and said it's not an Aaron Boone problem. I don't think anyone thought that it would be, but they just have to figure it out. It's tough. When you come out to a slow start in April, people start panicking. Even with the Red Sox, they got swept their first series of the year by probably one of the worst teams in baseball, and then they came back and won 10 in a row. So just got to figure it out. It's a long year.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, they get it together. Maybe it's just a bad little slump. Hopefully they don't let it get to them. Get back on course. I seen a funny meme today. They were talking about. You remember in Avengers when they asked Thanos what did it cost when he sacrificed his daughter for the Infinity Stone. They would it was a meme of Thanos. They're like, oh, what is it like when the Yankees are sucking? And it shows Thanos said, what did it cost? And he said the Knicks. No, it was like it was the Knicks are doing good, and then he was like, oh, what did it cost? And he was like the Yankees.
There's another. You like this one too. One of the I think he's a writer for the New York Post. Someone asked him how he's feeling about the Yankees' struggles, and he said, "I feel terrible. Yankees look like absolute garbage, pathetic, lifeless, terrible in every way. Thank goodness for the Knicks." Wait, what is this? 1990?
But yeah, I mean, hopefully they pick it up. It's gonna be interesting. It's a long season, like you said. We got a lot of games to play. Season's just kicking off, so hopefully they pull it together.
Yeah, they need to.
And it's about that time again, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time for JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, we're gonna go with the Brew first.
Switching it up.
On vacation this week. Yeah, switching it up this week. So we're on vacation this week. So the Brew is an old school brew that I've been drinking for a long time. It's kind of my go-to when I don't see anything on the shelves that I recognize, or don't want to take that chance that you'd take it home. It's the Lagunitas IPA. Probably been my go-to for the last 10 years or so. Started back on the Cape at this restaurant called Crisp. It was the only IPA they had on tap, so we would just we'd get it every time we went there, and then we started getting the bottles. I'm like, it's actually not that bad. It's 6.5%. Really smooth, easy drinking. From a Lagunitas Brewing Company out in Petaluma. They have a place in Chicago as well. Been to Chicago Brewery, real nice place. But it's just one of those sitting in the hot sun, feeling like a beer with a little character, but you don't want to go too crazy. Lagunitas IPA is the way to go.
Oh, nice. And what are you eating that with?
Well, we're doing takeout tonight, but I don't.
Being that you guys are doing takeout, what's one of your top places to get takeout from?
Top place for takeout, like anywhere, or like where are we talking here? Like style of food? Because tonight we're doing tacos for takeout tonight.
So let's say, is there a place like you that you like love ordering from? Like if somebody said, "Oh, let's get takeout," you'd be like, in your head, you'd be like, "Oh, let's get so and so."
Yeah. So if I'm on a clean slate here and I haven't had takeout in a while, and someone says, "Let's get takeout," there's a Chinese restaurant in about 10 miles from my house called Yangsheng. Best wonton soup you'll ever eat in your life. Killer orange chicken, everything that they have really is always been good. You know, the lo mein's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It just like it's not like there's other places that are closer, but their food is just like so much better. So that's like, if I'm just going on a blank slate on that one, that's the first thing that's coming to my head.
Oh, nice. That's classic.
How about you? What's your go-to?
It depends on what I'm in the mood for. I can definitely go for some Chinese. There's not really many spots that have like the stuff I want. I normally get like some boneless chicken and garlic sauce, which is great. It's not like it's kind of like it's like boneless chicken, but not like the manufactured chicken you think of. It's more like the chicken. They cut it off the half chicken, then they'll fry it up, then they'll cook it in the garlic sauce, and then the garlic sauce they use on it, you can like eat it with your fries or even put it on your rice. So it's pretty good.
That thick garlic sauce.
Yeah. Then if I'm doing tacos, it depends. Like certain places have different tacos, so I'm finding new places. Sometimes I like going to Bar Taco. There's a spot up in Connecticut. Good.
Yeah, I've had They have a Bar Taco in Boston. It's we hit up late night usually.
Yeah, but the only thing I get disappointed I don't know if the one by you doesn't have it. They don't have the shrimp tacos anymore.
I don't know. I haven't been there since Corona hit, so I'm not sure. They did it when I was there last time.
Yeah, as I said, before Corona, I remember they had it, but then now they don't have it. So it's like, oh man, I used to love those. And then it depends on what I get, like different other places. Like if I'm trying to get pizza or
you got a lot of options.
Yeah, so I mean, it all depends. And then that's it for JD's Bites and Brew. I mean, then we got the BRRs, not much.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I really watched was I finished Last Chance U, the basketball one.
Mm-hmm.
Great series. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It shows a lot of what coaches and players go through these days. Coaching certain players. The players they had on their in that season was very interesting. They had a player that was like a 5-star recruit. He got injured, then ended up going to the JUCO college. Kind of showed what he struggled, with addiction and anger issues. And then they had some other people that were in there that were some good players. It was interesting to see. It was great to see their story throughout, and then how some of them transferred to D1 schools.
Mm-hmm. So what is the premise of the show then?
So it just follows like I think each season they have like a football one, they have a basketball one. So each one follows like a different school. In this case for the basketball one, it was a junior college out in East LA.
Mm-hmm.
So it just followed their struggle to compete and as far as trying to win a state championship. But unfortunately, I don't want to spoil it, but you just gotta watch it.
Okay.
But it's definitely good. It was about 8 episodes. It gets a little tense at times with like some of the players, like when they lash out at the coach. The coach is intense, but I mean he gives a good message. Like you understand what he's trying to, get across to some of the kids. But some of the kids sometimes it falls on deaf ears. But it was a great season. And then outside of that, I watched The Nevers, the first 2 episodes. It's kind of Harry Potter-ish. It's about a group of women that have like superpower, not really superpowers, but like sort of I'm looking for, like special abilities. But then some of them are getting like snatched up. We're still trying to. They still haven't really revealed like who's snatching them and stuff like that. But it looks interesting. And then outside of that,
we got Mortal Kombat on Friday.
Oh yeah, we got Mortal Kombat on Friday. Looking forward to that. I hope it's not bad. I hope it's like decent.
Yeah, I have high hopes for it. Probably going to be, I'm guessing, probably a little bit let down. But I think we just got to kind of take it for what it's worth. Considering the old movie, I've talked about it here, but still like the classic scene of Sub-Zero walking through the forest. I'm just excited to just relive the childhood a little bit.
Yeah, and then I hope they play the original music too.
Oh yeah.
And then the guy he yells out Mortal Kombat.
Oh, they have to.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I watched I don't know why I watched this movie. It's called Breach. It's with Bruce Willis. It's like about a bunch of people that are in space, and then there's some like extraterrestrial that gets like parasite that gets on the ship and it starts killing people. Turning people into starts turning people to zombies, and then it was just
I think I've heard of this movie.
Yeah, it's like a low budget movie, even though it has Bruce Willis, has some other well known actors. I mean, I gotta give it like a 4.9. The ending was like, what? I don't want to give it away, but it's kind of predictable, kind of cheesy at times. Even though it has some good actors, you can still tell. As far as cheesy, when it's like how let's say something happens, and then the next scene, they thought they killed it, and then that one person's like, all right, I need everybody to leave. You're not supposed to leave anybody stranded or by themselves when you got an alien parasite on the ship, because bad stuff is going to happen.
Right. No, you can't. That's the number one move in the movies.
Yeah. So it was kind of obvious, and there was another part where like they get trapped in this like little 4x4 room, and then all the monsters start coming in, and there's no way for them to go, but somehow they survive. But I mean, it has those little cheesy parts when you're like, oh, come on, man, they should have died already. But
yeah, of course.
Oh no, and then I was going to check out the other one, Nobody.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's really good. I heard it's worth the renting, the $20. It's Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
No, I heard that. That's gotten pretty good reviews.
Yeah, I'm not paying $20, but
no, well, I know you aren't.
But yeah, I was getting ready to put it on.
It was good. I watched the one on Netflix, Deadly Illusions, the one with the nanny, and they hire the nanny, whatever, and she's a writer, and she writes fiction, murder mystery, and they start blurring the line between what's real and what's not. It's a little confusing, a little funky, and the end doesn't really tie anything up. It's probably not worth watching, but it was I think the storyline was kind of entertaining. It was a little bit slow. The storyline was good. It was just I think it could have been done better. Probably a 5.5, somewhere in there.
Oh, I never heard of that one.
Yeah, look it up. I mean, if you got an hour and a half, you have nothing else to watch. It's all right, but it just gets a little confusing, a little funky.
Oh yeah, I'll add that to the list. And I know the other one you said to check out, the Star of Something or something like that, of the something town.
Mayor of Easttown.
Yeah, Mayor of Easttown. I know they got.
I haven't watched it yet. I heard good things.
I know they got one
episode out.
Yeah, 1 or 2 episodes out.
Yep.
So I'm definitely gonna. That's up next in that other comedy somebody told me to check out. Is that show the Ted Lasso show, the one that
Ted Lasso, yeah.
The one that Tom's always talking about.
Yep.
So I mean, we'll see how that goes.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.